brain. So we know that generally being fully present, fully engaged in something is lighting up parts of your brain associated with happiness and joy and purpose and meaning. So let's go there often. How about every day? Now, I like doing that with computer science. And I didn't always like doing it with computer science. No one ever told me, when you get older, you're going to be a computer scientist. No one ever told me I was going to be a scientist. I was going to be a teacher of some sort. I might have, my dad once said, maybe you'll be a newscaster when you grow up. Like, no, a weather person on the news. Like, that just came out of left field. I was like, I had never even thought of that. But slowly but surely, I became a programmer. And this made the world of difference for my focus and for my meditations and for my overall happiness. It is essentially your opportunity to practice full engagement of your mind on one task for long periods of time. The great thing about programming is you make a whole lot of money and you don't have too many meetings. So essentially, more or less, you could say you're getting paid quite a bit of money to practice mindfulness and meditation. You could sum it up that way. And after a day of coding, when I get home and meditate, my meditations are awesome. If I also did sales while on this path, and I found that if, after talking to 20 people in a day, I would come home and I'd have a very noisy mind and it was difficult to meditate. You can do it all. You can do any of it. If one of you tells me you have to be a rock star in this life, like, multi-world, like world tour, in front of millions of people, I'll support you in it. I don't recommend it, but I'll support you in it. And sales actually has a lot of power in it as well. There's actually a lot of energy in sales. And I would actually call it an advanced mindfulness practice. When your mind wants to get negative because you're not having success, sales is that opportunity to really go up against your ego and let go of negative thinking and let go of a lot of negative states and just be present and in the moment and detached from outcome. That's so important for sales. So I appreciate my time in sales, but I really love getting paid to solve puzzles all day and essentially be in fairly meditative states as well while doing it. Very focused and present states, I should say. If any of you are interested, like, hey, I might like to do coding or something like it, there's this great conference happening right now called Dreamforce. I've done Dreamforce development for years now. I've been to Dreamforce, the major conference in San Francisco, probably every year for at least 7 years now. I actually worked on the app that I was one of the QAs on the app that they use at the conference to see when the schedule is and where they need to go. So I helped build that. That was fun. And it's just a fun event, and you can learn about Salesforce technology. Oracle and Microsoft, they all have their big conferences. So whatever you're drawn to. And the cool thing about Salesforce is it's free online. You can go in person for $2,000, or you can just you can just tune in. It's happening today through Thursday, maybe Friday. And even if you tune in tonight, I think they'll be replaying the keynote from earlier today, which was really cool. And it was all about AI and how Salesforce has been doing AI for a decade and how they're taking it up to the next level now for their customers, as well as for the developers. In fact, developers will evolve with AI in the Salesforce ecosystem. And this is just like news. And I'm not getting paid for this. I'm a nerd here, just sharing with any other nerd who might be on the call. And AI doesn't have to steal our jobs. We need to stay current with the changes that are being made. And it's kind of cool. As a Salesforce developer, at some point, I'm going to get to talk to my computer the way you talk to your Siri. I'm going to say, hey, hey, Salesforce, build me this kind of org with these kind of objects, with these kind of fields, and create this trigger so that every time a new contact is entered into the system, send an email to the contact welcoming them. Like there's so many things you can do with AI coming up soon enough. And if any of you are looking for a new career, that's a really good path. There's certainly others, front end development and so on. For those of you who are just like, no to code, well, Salesforce can help you with that too, because there's the whole admin path. They basically just use the mouse to configure very complex, awesome things that really help businesses do what they do. So you can start as an admin and decide if you want to go into coding as well. So that's an option. But front end development is also a lot of fun building websites. And there's other things. There's Python, there's MuleSoft, there's like integration software is a very good place to go. AWS has some very powerful technology as well. All of this is going to help you with your mindfulness if you choose it as your career. And I know what some of you are thinking of, like, oh my God, I never thought I would be that kind of person when I grow up. That's how I felt for years. I actually almost quit like 10,000 times, but then I didn't. And then I started driving a Mercedes because, when you're a developer, you can afford a Mercedes. It's pretty cool. So, and meditation and technology really align really nicely together. So maybe you'll just do it for that reason. If you're an artist, I've helped digital designers, I've helped a lot of different people from many different career choices go get their first job in their chosen career, or go to a whole new level in their chosen career. So I do support everyone.